Good morning. Welcome to the session today. I'm Barbara Kaufman, Executive Vice President and COO at Newark Regional Business Partnership. On behalf of NRBP and Invest Newark, I'm pleased to welcome you to this special forum presented by the New Jersey Business Action Center and others to discuss important changes for use of plastic bags, polystyrene, and more about the impact on many businesses. NRBP is connecting business for a greater Newark. We offer members connections, information, and make introductions on behalf of our members to help them reach the people and information they need to grow. We're based in Newark with members throughout Northern New Jersey and represent many different business types. We hope that today's webinar will help you prepare for the coming changes. Please contact me after today's program if you're already a member and you want to set up a time to talk about how we can help you. Please do that. And also, if you're not a member and you're interested in joining, please contact me as well. And I'll put my information in the chat. It's now my pleasure to introduce the next two speakers, Vanessa Chiano, who is Senior Vice President of Business Development at Invest Newark, and Natalie Augusto-Filone, who is Chief Sustainability Officer at the Office of Sustainability in the City of Newark. I'll come back after Vanessa and Natalie speak to start the next portion of our program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Barbara. As Barbara introduced, I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Development here at Invest Newark. At Invest Newark, we're the city's economic development organization. So we propel the city's strong and diverse economy by building vibrant communities and creating opportunities for all New Yorkers. Here at Invest Newark, we give access to knowledge, capital, land, and business opportunities. As far as business development, we work with businesses of all sizes, from startup to large corporations. For entrepreneurs and small businesses, we provide training, financial literacy, diversity certification programs. We also assist with expanding in or relocating in Newark. So we will guide businesses through every step of the way, including certificates of occupancy, licensing, permitting, and loan and grant assistance. We also work with the special improvement districts and business improvement districts here in Newark. So we look forward to working with those businesses in those districts and throughout Newark when it comes to this plastic bag ban policy or any other legislative policies from the state or municipality to assist businesses to ensure they meet those legislations and also hopefully surpass them. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Natalie Augusto-Filone. She is the Chief Sustainability Officer for the City of Newark.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here this morning, and thank you to everyone who has carved some time out of their day to watch this presentation, both those of you who are with us, quote unquote, in person, as we call it now, on video, as well as those who are watching the recording. As Vanessa said, I serve as the Chief Sustainability Officer. In that capacity, I support all of our city agencies in advancing the city's sustainability agenda. So what do we mean by sustainability in Newark? We are driving to make our city cleaner, greener, healthier, more prepared to face the impacts of climate change, and better engaged with green economic opportunity. And so you see our relatively small team advancing work in partnership with Mayor's Office, with the Department of Engineering, with the Department of Water and Sewer Utilities, et cetera, not to name everyone, in order to bring forward a sustainable and just future that we would like to see for Newarkers. So in that capacity, I just wanted to flag a couple program areas that might be of interest to you all as small business owners. We have capacity in-house to help advise, and it's a partnership that actually we should come back to the conversation that Vanessa and I have started at Invest Newark to ensure that our small businesses are aware of the various energy savings and conservation programs that are available through the state's Board of Public Utilities. So we've got capacity to sort of advise you on how best to access those grant and loan programs in order to reduce your energy costs, and by virtue of doing that also reduce your reliance on the grid and reduce, carbon emissions coming from the buildings that you operate in. We work very closely on electrification efforts. So anyone that may have a vehicle that might be a good candidate for to become electrified, we've worked very closely on doing that, not only for city's municipal fleet, but can offer advice and point you to the various programs that the state has available to help small businesses electrify. And then I happen to be, these are just a handful, I happen to be sporting the logo of the city's Love Your Block program, which is essentially a beautification program, but allows for a lot of flexibility and is open to small businesses as well. So through Love Your Block, you can get grants to beautify the exterior of your property and possibly even add some programming, partner with a community-based organization on anything that has to do with beautifying our neighborhoods. So just a handful of things. I'm going to drop the website for the Office of Sustainability into the chat, and also you'll see my contact information is very easy to find there, and I'll drop that in the chat for anyone who wants to follow up afterwards. But thank you again for being here, and we look forward to continuing to work with you all.
Wonderful. Thank you, Vanessa and Natalie. That was terrific. I think you see that it's very clear the city of Newark is extremely committed to sustainability and excited to work with the Business Action Center, as are we at NRBP, to help smooth the transition to the reduction of waste in the environment through this plastic bag ban. It's now my great pleasure to turn the program over to Janet Robertson, who is a project manager with the New Jersey Business Action Center that's a part of the Department of State. The BAC is responsible for communicating with all businesses about their responsibilities under the new law, which bans single-use plastic carryout bags and polystyrene food food service products, providing online resources to support business compliance. Janet, we look forward to an excellent program and your leadership in bringing all of our speakers forward. Thank you. Janet?
Okay, good morning. I'm Janet Robertson. You can hear me now, I assume. I'm with the New Jersey Business Action Center. We're a business first resource that's part of the New Jersey Department of State. It is my pleasure to be here with you this morning and speak on the plastic carryout bag ban and the polystyrene foam food service product ban. With me today are two speakers from one, Erin Jensen from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. Erin is an environmental specialist with the Division of Solid and Hazardous Waste at the New Jersey DEP. She is the lead on implementing the plastics bag ban law at the department and also leads the Municipal Tonnage Grant Program. She has been with the department for over 4 years, and in addition to leading the bag ban implementation, she is also the DEP contact for Recycle Coach. And our next speaker after Erin will be Joanne Gemenden. Joanne is in her inaugural year as Executive Director of the New Jersey Clean Communities Council, where she is tasked with implementing New Jersey's outreach and education program for the single-use plastics ban. Prior to being named to this post, Joanne served as the Bureau Chief of Recycling in Union County for 35 years, where she was both recycling and clean communities coordinator. She has vast experience in environmental education and works to promote behavior change when it comes to keeping New Jersey litter-free and reducing our reliance on plastic. But first, I would like to speak with you about the resources of the New Jersey Business Action Center. We help businesses prepare for the plastic ban and many other regulations that from time to time are issued by the legislature. Next. We like to say we're here from state government and we're here to help your business. If you have any questions, we have the answers. We're a business first resource They can help you get answers from government agencies, direct you to appropriate officials or contacts, facilitate meetings and follow-ups with regulatory agencies, and more, all at no cost and strictly confidential. We're also a business advocacy team within the Department of State. And on our live chat and helpline, our business experts will answer your questions Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And we encourage you to use this free and confidential service. Next, please. So for over 30 years, the New Jersey Business Action Center has provided service to the New Jersey business community. We have 3 offices dedicated to business advocacy. The Office of Business Advocacy, which is really project-oriented office, helping with real estate site searches, companies coming in from out of state, finding the right location, whether growing or consolidating, permitting process at state and municipal levels, and applicable tax incentive and credit programs. Next is the Office of Small Business Advocacy. From startups to Main Street, we help businesses navigate business registration, tax compliance, financing options, certifications and licensing requirements, business and marketing plans. And last is the Office of Export Promotion. Whether a company is small or large, we help them tap into global business resources. We help companies create export plans and guide them in identifying global export markets and understanding of foreign customs procedures. We also are the administrator for the SBA's STEP program, the New Jersey State Trade Expansion Program, which helps to defray costs for export for trade shows, even export missions. And again, we encourage you to come on our live chat and find about these resources. Next, please. So think of us as your connector, connecting you with technical assistance you need for fiscal stability, identifying critical access to capital, local, state, and federal grant and loan programs. We provide guidelines for new rules and regulations and operating your business safely. We can clarify state-mandated employee benefits and identify licensing and certification requirements you need to operate. For instance, small business, women, minority, or veteran-owned business certifications. Next, please. So how can we help you? Again, think of us as your connector to all the state departments and agencies and outside organizations that can directly answer your questions, solve your problems, and provide you with resources and technical assistance. Next, please. At our website, business.nj.gov, there are many resources to help you plan, start, operate, and grow your business. The website has a robust search function, providing immediate targeted answers to your questions. We have business starter kits, kits to help you, or software to help you create a business plan, a step-by-step process provided to help craft a game plan, filings and accounting information, due dates for important license renewals, tax statements, and reporting forms. If you would like to contract with the state, we help you through a step-by-step process for the many opportunities for a wide variety of business sectors to do business with the state. There are over 100 FAQs detailing important state agency services. And again, our live chat, which is powered by the New Jersey business experts, is available Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Next, please. So today we're here to speak to you about the plastic carryout bag and polystyrene foam food service product ban. The New Jersey legislature wrote the responsibility for business compliance right into the new law and gave it to the New Jersey Business Action Center because the New Jersey Business Action Center is uniquely qualified to communicate with all businesses around the state, help them navigate government and understand and comply with new laws. The legislature gave the responsibility for regulation of the law to the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. And these two departments have formed a strong partnership to ensure smooth implementation. Next, please. On November 4th, 2020, Governor Murphy signed the new law. Its effective date is May 4th, 2022. We will give you lots of detail this morning about this, but I'd like to go through the basic elements. The new law bans the provision or sale of single-use plastic carryout bags, single-use paper carryout bags at grocery stores that are 2,500 square feet or larger. It bans all polystyrene foam food service products, even for sale, and pertains to all retail stores, grocery stores, and food service businesses. Beginning this November 4th, in just a couple of weeks, a limitation on plastic straw provision will be limited to by customer request only. And this new law supersedes all previous local, county, or city ordinances that pertain to single-use plastic or paper carryout bags, polystyrene foam, or plastic straws. Next, please. So why are we talking about this now? We want to give all retail stores and food service businesses time to prepare. We recognize the need to use up your existing inventory because all plastic bags, regardless of thickness, and polystyrene foam will be banned, with some exceptions. To provide time for our agency and the Department of Environmental Protection and the New Jersey Clean Communities to conduct awareness campaigns, and this will happen over the next 12 months, and to provide resources to help businesses comply with the requirements of the new regulation. Next, please. We've dedicated a specific part of our website, business.nj.gov, to the plastics ban, and it can be found at this link, business.nj.gov/bags/plastic-ban-law. We've developed online resources with the Department of Environmental Protection to assist businesses to comply with the law, such as extensive detailed FAQs, frequently asked questions, implementation timeline, a chart of establishments and allowable provisions, a link to the law, and a vendor clearinghouse of manufacturers and distributors of reusable carryout bags and sustainable food service products. Next, please. On our website, you will find a vendor clearinghouse. This is a courtesy resource of environmentally sound products. It is a source list for businesses to find the products. It is a new sales channel for wholesale vendors to list their company and products, and we encourage you to register now. And it lists, it is the source for reusable carryout bag manufacturers and distributors. And a reusable carryout bag under the law is made of polypropylene fabric, PET not woven fabric, rPET fabric, nylon, polyester, cloth, hemp, or other washable fabric. You will also find paper bag manufacturer and distributors and resources to identify food service product alternatives to polystyrene foam. Next, please. So there are two agencies and then one organization that are dedicated to this implementation. The BAC, as we've said, is responsible for communicating with businesses about their responsibilities under the law. The DEP is responsible for the overall implementation of the law, including the adoption of implementing regulations. And the New Jersey Clean Communities Council is responsible for developing and implementing a statewide public information education program. Next, please. So for information and updates, we invite you to visit our website, business.nj.gov, where you'll find information about the plastic bag and polystyrene foam ban, whether they're updates, FAQs, or to access the vendor clearinghouse. You may sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can receive up-to-the-date minute news affecting your business. And it's a place to access our live chat and our business helpline. Next, please. So we'll be taking questions actually at the end of our presentations, our 3 presentations. We invite you to enter them in the chat as we go. We may be able to answer some of your questions, and we'll come back to you then after Joanne. Erin?
Good morning, everyone. Let me just bring up my slides here. All right. Thank you, Janet, for that. And as Janet said, my name is Erin Jensen, and I'm from the DEP with the Division of Solid and Hazardous Waste. We are tasked with the regulatory implementation of this law. And today I'm just going to go through the details of the law, and I'll try to answer some questions in the chat later on if you have any additional questions. One sec. There we go. So the law has 2 effective dates, but right now we're going to focus on the bag bans. So the bag bans come into effect May 4th of 2022. And the law prohibits all stores, retail, food service, grocery stores, pretty much all retail situations from selling or providing customers with single-use plastic carry-out bags. And the way we define that is a carry-out bag made of plastic that is not a reusable carry-out bag, which we will get to in a few slides. So in addition to the single-use plastic carry-out bags, there will also be a ban on single-use paper carry-out bags from grocery stores equal to or larger than 2,500 square feet. So the paper bag provision only pertains to grocery stores or large grocery stores. And you'll see here we also have the definition for paper carry-out bag, which is the same but made of paper and not plastic. Both of these provisions will become effective on May 4th, 2022. So this is just an overview of some of the types of stores. Again, plastic carry-out bags are banned from all retail situations, and this is how the law defines store, food service business, grocery store. But in general, other than some exceptions, which we will again get to in a moment, all retail situations and stores, grocery stores, food service business will be banned from selling or providing single-use plastic carry-out bag. So this is how we define a reusable carry-out bag. It must be made of polypropylene fabric, PET non-woven fabric, nylon, cloth, hemp, or some other washable fabric. And with washable, that could be either hand wash or machine wash. It must also have stitched handles, and that would be either through a traditional stitch or what is known as ultrasonic stitching, but does not include adhesive handles. And the bags must also be designed and manufactured for multiple reuses, and that means at least 125 uses. So with the law, any bag that is not a reusable bag will not be able to be used by any of these retail stores. They must meet these requirements. However, customers can still bring in their own bags even if they do not meet this requirement. These are just the requirements for giving out or using carry-out bags in any of the other the stores in the state. So as I mentioned, there are some exemptions to the bag ban. So this is the specific list of bags that are exempted. So these bags include ones used for uncooked meat, fish, or poultry that used to wrap them. The bags used for loose items such as fruit, vegetables, nuts, candy, greeting cards, flowers, such like that. the small bags from pet stores that hold live animals such as fish or insects, and also the bags used for sliced or prepared food, including the small bags used for hot soup or other hot food. It also exempts the laundry, dry cleaning garment bags, the small bags provided by pharmacies to carry the prescription drugs, and also bags used for newspapers. We do have the ability as a department through rule, regulation, or guidance to add similar bag types to this list, though it will take somewhat of an approval process to get anything added to the list. So at the moment, this is the list. So after bags comes the ban on polystyrene foam food service products. This ban also begins May 4th, 2022. And it not only bans stores from selling or providing these products to customers, but it also bans stores from selling these products. So, for example, packages of polystyrene foam cups and plates in stores will also be banned. And polystyrene foam food service product includes things like food containers, plates, cold or hot beverage cups, meat and vegetable trays, egg cartons, cutlery. Those are just some examples of what would be a polystyrene foam food service product, including takeout containers. This section of the law also does have some exemptions. However, these exemptions are only valid for 2 years after the effective date. So until May 4th, 2024, these products will be exempted from being banned. But as on May 4th, 2024, they will become banned and you will no longer be able to use them. This extra time was built into the law because these products are very specific and to give the market more time to come up with alternatives to these products. So these products include the disposable long-handled polystyrene foam soda spoons, the small portion cups of 2 ounces or less, the trays used for meat and fish in grocery stores and butcher shops, etc. Any food product prepackaged that comes from a manufacturer at a store. For example, ramen noodles tend to come in like a polystyrene cup or bowl, and they come straight from the manufacturer that way. And again, we do have the ability through rule or regulation to add products to this list as necessary. Though these exemptions do expire May 4th, 2024, we do have the ability as a department to extend for an additional year if it seems necessary, and this decision would be made closer to 2024 as we see what the market looks like at that time, but we would only be able to extend it for 1 year. Polystyrene foam food service products also has a waiver option. You can submit to the department a waiver form. The waiver would exempt you from the ban for a period of 1 year. And you would need to meet one of these 2 requirements to qualify for a waiver. So those 2 requirements are either there is no feasible and commercially available alternative for a specific polystyrene foam food service product, or the person or business has less than $500,000 in gross annual income, and there is no reasonably affordable commercially available alternative to the polystyrene foam food service product. So this waiver would be for a specific product type that you do not think you have the ability to have an alternative to, and that you meet one of those 2 situations. With the waiver, you would need to provide proof that you don't meet those situations, and we would have to obviously review that and get back to you if you were to qualify for the waiver. The waiver form can be found on our website at this link here, along with most of the other information in this slideshow. So the last part of the law is the single-use plastic straw provision. This provision is different than the others as it's not a ban. What it is that you would not automatically give out straws in all food service situations. So this portion of the law becomes effective this November 4th, 2021. And food service businesses would only provide a single-use plastic straw to a customer if that customer requests one. So straws will no longer automatically be given out in all food service situations. Now, those food service businesses must keep an adequate supply of single-use plastic straws on hand in case customers do ask for them. And also, this portion of the law does not affect sales in store. So you may still go to a store and buy packages of straws or products pre-packaged by a manufacturer with straws attached. None of those would be affected. It's only for in food service businesses. And it would just stop the automatic provision of a single-use plastic straw. And as Janet had mentioned, this new law does supersede and preempt all municipal and county rules that pertain to any of these materials that we have discussed today. So on those effective dates, all the previous rules would no longer be active, and you would need to begin to follow the New Jersey law. This is a timeline that you can find on our website, just lays out when things become effective in a timeline manner, and you can find this online and print and download as necessary. This is a chart that we have on our website. It lists some different business types and which of the 4 provisions pertain to them. So we have the plastic bag, paper bag, the polystyrene foam food service product, and then the plastic straws. So this list does continue, so we have some additional here, but you can find this on our website. We do get some questions about enforcement, and the law does give enforcement power to not only the state, but those certified by the County Environmental Health Act, or CHA, and then also to municipalities. It also gives enforcement power to the Department of Health as it pertains to the plastic straw provision. So in most cases, enforcement will be done by the municipality and also through CHA agents or the county health inspections. That information will probably get more detailed as we get closer to the effective dates of these provisions. So this is how the law lays out penalties. So the first would be a warning. After that, it would be $1,000 per day for the second offense, and then $5,000 a day for the third and any subsequent violations. Our website also has a list of FAQs. We are constantly updating it as we get more questions about this law. So these are just a couple of the questions we have available. So do reusable carryout bags need to be made with any minimum recycled content? The answer to that would be no. It doesn't require you to use minimum recycled content in the reusable bags. However, it is something we always encourage. Can establishments require their customers to purchase these reusable bags? So the law doesn't require them to buy them. It just requires that if you are going to use a carry-out bag, that it would meet the reusable bag standards. Similar to straws, can you still buy packages of paper bags and lawn bags at stores? Yes, the bag only pertains to carry-out bags, so you would still be able to go into a store and buy packages of lunch bags or lawn bags or other paper style bags. These are just a couple more FAQs. So the by request rule for straws, does it pertain to drive-through establishments and self-service areas? Yes, it pertains to all situations as it pertains to food service businesses. So anytime where a straw would be available, it would only be able to be given upon request. And again, what if my city or county has its own bag ban? As we discussed, the new law would supersede and preempt them upon the effective date. And there are many more FAQs available on our website. So for all of the information that I provided today and any additional information we have, you can visit our website, the nj.gov/DEP/plastic ban law. You can also email us if you have specific questions at single-use-plastics@dep.nj.gov. As Janet had mentioned, you can also use the Business Action Center as a resource. Here's their website, and I would also recommend using their live chat function Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And as you'll hear in our next presentation, you can also go use the New Jersey Clean Communities as a resource. Their website is here, and they will also have some additional resources. So that is it for my presentation. So I'm going to hand it off to Joanne from New Jersey Clean Communities to talk about her group. Go ahead, Joanne. Joanne, we can't hear you, so you may be muted.
There we go.
There we go.
Lost everybody. Is that better? Can everybody see me? Are we good?
Yes, all good.
Let me just get this full screen. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for participating in this event today. I'm super excited to be here. Newark is near and dear to the hearts of clean communities. And we're going to talk a little bit about clean communities. I'm Joanne Jamenden. I am the very new executive director. I've been here for about 8 months, but so excited to be involved in the rollout of the single-use plastics campaign. So I want to just really talk to you today about what the Clean Communities Council is here to help you with. So a little bit of background about our organization. We've been a nonprofit organization for over 25 years, and our main focus is on litter abatement. We provide annual grant funding to every county and every municipality in New Jersey. That means we're your friend. Every county and town designates a local clean communities coordinator. For the city of Newark, I'm sure you all know it's Brenda Anderson, who is a dear friend of ours. And all the money has to be used for litter cleanup, education, and enforcement. We've made some changes to the guidelines, specifically for the single-use plastics campaign, and monies can now, at least for the next 3 years, be used specifically for the Bag Up NJ outreach campaign. And we're going to get into those specifics in a minute. So first of all, I just want to talk about where does all this money come from. It's not taxpayer money. It's actually generated from a tax on litter generating products. So all of these 15 products, whether they're made, distributed, or sold anywhere in New Jersey, there's a tax, and all of that tax goes into a fund, and then we take that fund and we distribute it back out. Municipalities receive 80% of the funds, counties receive 10%, the DEP gets 10% for the parks cleanup, and then the Clean Communities Council gets $375,000 annually. I'd really love to share the fact that this year we gave out $20.7 million, and Newark was probably the largest recipient of grant funds. They got over $430,000 this year alone. So that's why they're our friend. Some of the other programs that we run, we do an Adopt a Highway and Adopt a Beach program. So if anybody in the city of Newark would like to adopt a highway, we're the organization that can help you do that. We put a sign out that designates your organization or business or church as being the adoptee, and you just agree to clean up that area at least 4 times a year. We've dialed back a little bit with COVID, but obviously there's still litter out there. So that's why we're looking for partners throughout New Jersey. So to the task at hand. New Jersey single-use plastics ban is the most progressive bag ban law in the country. You've heard from both Janet and Erin that it is eliminating both plastic and paper bags. Why? Because the law is not only aimed at preventing litter, because plastic bags and straws are two of the most common items we find littered all over the place, but plastic bag, or just substituting with the paper bag, doesn't really motivate people to bring their own. So now grocery stores are going to be like a Costco. You don't get bags when you check out, so you're going to have to bring your own, which is a whole new mindset for people. So our goal right now is to start changing those behaviors and attitudes and get people into the habit long before May 4th, because that's 197 days away. And like I said, our goal is to educate now, get people prepared, and get bags in the hands of the people that need them. Just some of the stats that our legislators looked at prior to implementing this law: 8 million tons of plastic end up in the oceans annually. And there's going to be more plastic in our oceans pretty soon if we don't change anything than there are fish. And there's so much damage done to our marine life. So we're just trying to share the message that plastics not necessarily are bad altogether, but the littering of plastics are definitely bad and affect the environment. So what are we supposed to do with this law? For the next 3 years, our New Jersey Clean Communities Council will receive an extra $500,000 to develop a statewide education and outreach program. That's why we're here today. We're going to be working with businesses, governments, trade organizations, and other stakeholders to get the word out and do some partnership programs. We'll be doing press releases, PSAs, newsletters, and hopefully some paid advertising soon, and also distribution of free reusable carryout bags. Most importantly, we're going to be sharing the branding for a statewide campaign, and that's what I'm going to share with you now. So we have 2 campaigns that we've kicked off this year. One is Bag Up NJ. That is a campaign that basically says bring your own reusable bag when you go shopping. And our second one is Skip the Straw. New Jersey's law doesn't ban plastic straws. It just says you have to request one if you would like one, but we're trying to educate folks to skip the straw altogether. So I'm going to share those specifics for you now. This is our logo, Bag Up NJ. Most importantly, this is our website. We actually have 2 sister websites. njclean.org is our main website, but Bag Up NJ is just geared to the single-use plastics campaign. And there's the most important link down on this website is the downloads. We have a ton of free downloads for you. We have our campaign logo, like I said, which is we copyrighted and we trademarked, but we're giving it to you to use. This is what our logo looks like. And some of the other things that are on our website currently are social media and web banner posts. We have cling artwork, sandwich board signs, taglines, and flyers, and we have our Skip the Straw messaging, and I'm going to run through them real quick for you now. Mostly pictures, so this is a pretty easy presentation. We just really want to make this a statewide campaign, and the only way to do that is to make sure that there's consistent messaging from Cape May all the way up to Sussex County. We don't want you to have to spend your own time and money developing artwork and graphics. We've already done that for you. So keep in mind, if there's something on here that you like, but you would like it tweaked a little bit, reach out to me and we can have that done, and we'll post it on here for all to use. These are our sandwich board signs. We are cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of small downtown shops that may not have a lot of square footage inside to let folks know that the bag ban is coming. So we developed a sign that you can use in your for sandwich boards, and you could put them on the sidewalk or just for an event, a one-day event. I actually have them. I bring them with me, and you'll see pictures of them later on. And we also have a Skip the Straw campaign. We have a press release. This is our graphic. So if you would like to take this and add your own branding to it, feel free. It's on our website. We have our own flyer, our Bag Up NJ flyer, which talks about the law and does an overview of the pending timelines. We also have the New Jersey Business Action Center's flyer in English and in Spanish. And we just recently launched a business partnership program. Obviously, we don't have the funds to buy reusable bags for everyone in New Jersey that needs them. And at the same time, there are businesses throughout New Jersey, including Newark, that may have some money that they want to bring to their community, but they don't have the staffing to do a bag giveaway event. They may not have the PR firm to do that. So we're a one-stop shop. You work with us, you provide the funding. We in turn provide bags that have our logo on them and your logo on them. We work with the local media, we work with the local officials, and we do a bag giveaway event. We just had one this past Friday. We partnered with the Delaware River and Bay Authority that runs the Cape May Lose Ferry. And we gave out bags on the ferry and the terminal to folks that were not only leaving New Jersey, but coming to New Jersey from Delaware, educating them about the bag law. We gave out 1,300 bags. We had a whole bunch of volunteers that came out for the day. We've done it not just on the ferry, we've done it in different locations. So we bring a lot of to the table. And actually in the middle of this picture is Brenda Anderson, who is the Clean Communities Coordinator for Newark, because we would like to do a program one of these days in Newark, and Brenda came to the event to sort of learn how she would work with us going forward. New Jersey Clean Communities does have a few priorities, obviously, for bag giveaways early on in our campaign, which is for overburdened communities. Obviously, Newark is a key target of ours in the next 197 days and after that, of course, as well as seniors. So we're talking to you, and obviously I'm going to give you a little bit of homework as far as what you can do to prepare and to work with us. So your to-do list, we really want to encourage bag giveaways, whether you do them on your own, whether you want to partner with New Jersey Clean Communities Council, share our campaign messaging. This is some of the messaging that was done at the Somerset Patriots ballpark, as well as the Mercer County ballpark. Share the message as well if your organization has a newsletter or a broadcast that goes out to the stakeholders. We would love for you to include a message about Bag Up NJ or Skip the Straw. So here's your to-do list. Partner with us, partner with the Business Action Center, and maybe other local businesses to educate the residents in your town, help promote our campaign, issue press releases, work with us to do a bag giveaway program, and stay informed. I know the New Jersey Business Action Center has a great newsletter. We do as well, which is geared more towards litter cleanup, but we also highlight our business partnerships. So it's another way to get the messaging out for what we're doing together. I know this was shared earlier. These are the websites of all three agencies, and I apologize. I usually have all three of us on there. I switched it out for a different presentation. So this is my contact information. I'm always here to help work with everyone going forward. So I think, I'm not sure, I guess, Janet, I'm going to turn it back over to you to field some questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Joanne. What a terrific presentation. And also thanks to Erin. So we'd be very happy to take any questions you may have if you want to put them in chat. We had a question earlier, Erin, about the enforcement, the responsibility of the municipalities. How much responsibility will municipalities have in enforcing the ban? Can you just speak to that briefly?
Sure. Sure. So I wouldn't say it's they have responsibility for enforcement, is that they are given the enforcement power. So they're given the ability to enforce this law. And the way that we have looked at it so far is that the enforcement will probably start at the municipal level. And then if not, it would be passed up to the level of county through CHA. After that, if things are not resolved, it could be moved up to a state level enforcement, which we hope that it does not get to. So although municipalities are not required to enforce, we do definitely encourage them to create some sort of enforcement program. And we actually just recently sent out a letter to all the mayors letting them know about their enforcement powers given to them in the law. So that's just a quick kind of review of enforcement.
Great. Are there any other questions? Are there any questions for Joanne Menden? I don't see anything else in chat. I don't know, Maya, if you're getting anything, seeing anyone raise their hand or. So I will turn it back. I'm sorry.
Nope, you're all set. There's no raised hands and there's no additional questions in the Q&A box either.
So I will turn this back over to Barbara, and thank you very, very much to everyone for attending today. We will be, Newark will be distributing the recording and as discussed earlier, and we welcome your questions. So please feel free to come to our websites, email us directly, and thanks again for this opportunity. Barbara.
Janet, that whole presentation was terrific, and I thank all of the speakers, including the three that you, or two people you had with you, Erin and Joanne, and special thanks to our partners at the City of Newark, Natalie and Vanessa. I think all in all, we've had some really, really informative information presented, and I'm hoping that it will be helpful to all of the companies listening. We will be sharing this recording with others, so I hope that we can be of assistance to you in spreading the word about the importance of adherence to this ban. And I think also that the general population will benefit from knowing about it, so they're not surprised when they walk into a store on May 5th and find out that they're not going to get their usual plastic bag. So with that, I see that Natalie put one more comment in the chat.
Sorry about that. I'm doing some meeting scheduling.
Okay.
As follow-ups. But yeah, one thing that I wanted to flag was just to back up a comment that Joanne had made, and I hadn't thought to say it earlier, but there have been some studies along the Passaic River that specifically look at litter, and I think it's sometimes hard for us to acknowledge how much trash ends up in our waterways. But as much as 60% of the litter that was floating in the water bodies were made up of these plastic, polystyrene, etc. About half of that, so 32%, was specific food items. So I just wanted to sort of bring that back to the day-to-day experience that we have of litter on our streets, and even the an estimated 2 tons, so 2 blue whales, largest animal on the planet, get removed from our floatable from our facilities that catch floatables before they enter into the waterway. So it's really, I think, sometimes a larger issue than people sort of acknowledge. And so just wanted to, I appreciate Joanne's comments and that recognition of how much is ending up in the waterways and how much it affects it's the #1 complaint that we hear as a city is at least I should say, as part of my sustainability action plan engagement, has been the degree of litter and illegal dumping and things like that cause that sort of perception, that issue that we have on Newark streets.
An additional point on the persistence of plastics is that there have been little plastic pellets found in fish that we eat. So if that isn't enough to make us realize that we need to do something serious about that, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I haven't looked up the source of this factoid, but they estimate that humans, all of us, right, the average American eats about a credit card a week of plastic.
Wow.
But it is coming
Yeah.
back into our health, not just sort of environmental protection features.
Yeah. Vanessa, you turned on your camera. I think you might want to add something too.
Yeah, and thank you, everyone, Janet and Erin and Joanne. And to add to the sustainability factors is also the economic factor. Cleanliness really attributes to the economy. It invites people to the area and also makes the community feel good. As Natalie has behind her, love your block. We have to love our community. So all this, single-use plastic straws, especially all the disposables that flies around our neighborhoods. Let's keep our communities clean, and it helps keep us also healthy.
I agree, and I hope to work with all of you fairly soon to do a bag giveaway or two in the city.
As a final closing, I want to express thanks to Maya Curry, who's Vice President of Communications and DEI at Newark Regional Business Partnership. She did a lot of the work behind the scenes, and so we're grateful to her for her help on this program. With that, Janet, thank you again, and we'll end here. Have a good
Thank
day.
you very
everyone.
much. Okay, great. Bye.
you.